His sister was a window cleaner. His sister was a window cleaner. What is your final destination? What is your final destination? Can't find 10 years? Can't find 10 years? Wouldn't he be a poet after one night? Wouldn't he be a poet after one night? He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. Cancel. Cancel. Obligation. Obligation. Was his half-brother a plumber? Was his half-brother a plumber? Do you sign? Do you sign? He had always dreamed of being a pilot, and he finally did. He had always dreamed of being a pilot, and he finally did. This is good for me. This is good for me. This is your sense of humor. This is your sense of humor. The glass was full of water. The glass was full of water. Can we behave? Can we behave? They should give notice later at 2 a.m. at midnight. They should give notice later at 2 a.m. at midnight. Did we hunt at dawn? Did we hunt at dawn? I think my salary is about $1,000. I think my salary is about $1,000. He goes to the park to play. He goes to the park to play. We will object immediately. We will object immediately. Wasn't he the advertiser next year? Wasn't he the advertiser next year? The equipment was very busy and it was very difficult to escape. The equipment was very busy and it was very difficult to escape. Was your stepdaughter a publicist? Was your stepdaughter a publicist? We can't believe it. We can't believe it. Will I not be connecting? Will I not be connecting? Your wife was a diver. Your wife was a diver. His neighbor was a manufacturer. His neighbor was a manufacturer. Hello. How are you today? Hello. How are you today? Is his friend a golfer? Is his friend a golfer? Can it reflect? Can it reflect? Tennis players will work their shuttles for hours. Tennis players will work their shuttles for hours. I can finish the project by the deadline. I can finish the project by the deadline. Can't evaluate it every week? Can't evaluate it every week? They will not weld at dusk. They will not weld at dusk. What is your address? What is your address? Can't drive at dawn? Can't drive at dawn? I shouldn't measure. I shouldn't measure. Despite the difficulties, we managed to complete the task. Despite the difficulties, we managed to complete the task. I have too much self-confidence. I have too much self-confidence. Will I be sometimes? Will I be sometimes? It may rain tomorrow. It may rain tomorrow. Their neighbors are drummers. Their neighbors are drummers. Cannot grow earlier. Cannot grow earlier. I can't believe how much time has passed since we last saw each other. I can't believe how much time has passed since we last saw each other. Still, there is room for improvement. Still, there is room for improvement. I have a problem for the first time in my life. I have a problem for the first time in my life. Someone else will die in 13 minutes, unless I find him first. Someone else will die in 13 minutes, unless I find him first. Did I push every day? Did I push every day? We can make this home. We can make this home. His half-brother was a stylist. His half-brother was a stylist. Does not take a step. Does not take a step. The best way to learn is through practice. The best way to learn is through practice. Will there be a ballerina at sunset? Will there be a ballerina at sunset? cannot create, cannot create. I'll take an X-ray, I'll take an X-ray. They are invited at sunset, they are invited at sunset. He waited for his girlfriend at the airport, he waited for his girlfriend at the airport. Can I become a concierge after 3 years? Can I become a concierge after 3 years? His daughter is a producer. His daughter is a producer. Was his half-brother a gynecologist? Was his half-brother a gynecologist? Are you firing me? I'm not firing you. I'm sending you home. Are you firing me? I'm not firing you. I'm sending you home. I'll call you later today. I'll call you later today. Past, past. I have a pain in my side. I have a pain in my side. He couldn't get it every month. He couldn't get it every month. We are not referees every year. We are not referees every year. When we arrived at the theater, the play had already begun. When we arrived at the theater, the play had already begun. Should we add? Should we add? Can I get points? Can I get points? I think we should run them more efficiently and try to run them more efficiently. I think we should run them more efficiently and try to run them more efficiently. Didn't he get any points? Didn't he get any points? Was her brother a virologist? Was her brother a virologist? Is our spouse a paramedic? Is our spouse a paramedic? Can't buy normally. Can't buy normally. Do you dress at dawn? Do you dress at dawn? Offer. Offer. The hotel is below the comfort level. The hotel is below the comfort level. Had he worked harder, he could have won the race. Had he worked harder, he could have won the race. Your support means the world to me. Your support means the world to me. Please choose me. Please choose me. Does she normally have to be a nurse? Does she normally have to be a nurse? Didn't they add? Didn't they add? Can't I be a scientist in a week? Can't I be a scientist in a week? We can't laugh after 1 month. We can't laugh after 1 month. I'm going to the grocery store to buy beans. I'm going to the grocery store to buy beans. Should it repeat soon? Should it repeat soon? Can you fill out this form before your appointment? Can you fill out this form before your appointment? Your stepson was the driver. Your stepson was the driver. Should journeyman be monthly? Should journeyman be monthly? Your father was a bricklayer. Your father was a bricklayer. I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence. Had he added? Had he added? Your stepfather was an actor. Your stepfather was an actor. I will make a lot of money. I will make a lot of money. Will you come with me? Will you come with me? Please enter your name and password. Please enter your name and password. This is good for me. This is good for me. The hotel is below the comfort level. The hotel is below the comfort level. I speak good English now. I speak good English now. Didn't they realize? Didn't they realize? You shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. You shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. My car is yellow. My car is yellow. He will be unemployed for 6 months until next month. He will be unemployed for 6 months until next month. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. I was seeing so much that I couldn't see the light. Did he thank you? Did he thank you? Can't I settle in? Can't I settle in? I may have to be late at work tonight. I may have to be late at work tonight. Sometimes he doesn't lie. Sometimes he doesn't lie. Doesn't he yawn at noon? Doesn't he yawn at noon? Thanks for warning me. Thanks for warning me. They would jump 3 centuries later. They would jump 3 centuries later. You don't always improve. You don't always improve. Be my guest. Be my guest. Don't they need to review? Don't they need to review? The egg is white. The egg is white. Steering wheel. Steering wheel. May not be a weekly investor. May not be a weekly investor. Can't we paint at 2 o'clock at midnight? Can't we paint at 2 o'clock at midnight? You have to plan at sunset. You have to plan at sunset. Wouldn't he choose later? Wouldn't he choose later? We will be ready according to plan. We will be ready according to plan. Did he realize we needed a quiet place? Did he realize we needed a quiet place? He will start his own business next year. He will start his own business next year. If we work together, we can finish this task in no time. If we work together, we can finish this task in no time. Should it be voiced? Should it be voiced? Our parents are botanists. Our parents are botanists. My mom and dad are greengrocers. My mom and dad are greengrocers. It should not be sent after 1 year. It should not be sent after 1 year. The house is out of the reach of manpower. The house is out of the reach of manpower. Did you do it? Did you do it? Can you shepherd every year? Can you shepherd every year? Tinned. Tinned. I guess I didn't have time for you because I was busy last week. I guess I didn't have time for you because I was busy last week. I shouldn't feed at sunset. I shouldn't feed at sunset. He was able to notice it in the previous 3 evenings. He was able to notice it in the previous 3 evenings. Should I block it after 5 days? Should I block it after 5 days? Can you describe your symptoms to me? Can you describe your symptoms to me? This is beyond the pale. This is beyond the pale. You must miss him so much. You must miss him so much. Give me the best book niches. Give me the best book niches. Can we get some rest last year? Can we get some rest last year? That address can be stored immediately. Can be stored immediately. He is the most qualified of the candidates. He is the most qualified of the candidates. I would ask from time to time. I would ask from time to time. Chronological. Chronological. Is the agent. Is the agent. Rarely chosen? Rarely chosen? We shouldn't catch it next year. We shouldn't catch it next year. Assistance is usually offered by the official. Assistance is usually offered by the official. Can he return every day? Can he return every day? He'll be working on his project all night tonight. He'll be working on his project all night tonight. Shouldn't we be driving at dusk? Shouldn't we be driving at dusk? Her grandmother is a manicurist. Her grandmother is a manicurist. Servant. Servant. But I didn't see the ing at the end of the verb. But I didn't see the ing at the end of the verb. Approximately. Approximately. Is his wife a programmer? Is his wife a programmer? We shouldn't kiss now. We shouldn't kiss now. You are the monthly accountant. You are the monthly accountant. Will you join us for dinner tonight? Will you join us for dinner tonight? Your daughter is an artist. Your daughter is an artist. How many bags do you have? How many bags do you have? I say, it shouldn't get cold after 3 years. It shouldn't get cold after 3 years. Was your half-sister a designer? Was your half-sister a designer? Can't I compare? Can't I compare? Which day? Which day? Rarely could. Rarely could. After 5 evenings it wouldn't focus. After 5 evenings it wouldn't focus. Ready. Ready. Your son is the art director. Your son is the art director. Can you become a civil servant last year? Can you become a civil servant last year? The warming tray keeps food warm at dinner parties. The warming tray keeps food warm at dinner parties. Students took tests in class. Students took tests in class. How many cars do you have? How many cars do you have? I would also like to add my own thoughts on the subject. I would also like to add my own thoughts on the subject. We shouldn't have bought it last year. We shouldn't have bought it last year. You would focus now. You would focus now. Do not forget to fasten your seatbelt in the car. Do not forget to fasten your seatbelt in the car. The baby cried all night. The baby cried all night. Could you tell us about the university's support services for international students? Could you tell us about the university's support services for international students? They are not beauticians at night. They are not beauticians at night. Let's make our own personal opening. Let's make our own personal opening. 1. I will have sex. 1. I will have sex. Is her colleague an illustrator? Is her colleague an illustrator? It gets very hot here, especially in summer. It gets very hot here, especially in summer. The room is empty. The room is empty. Pasta. Pasta. Can they get points after 3 evenings? Can they get points after 3 evenings? If we hurry, we can catch the last train. If we hurry, we can catch the last train. You learn often. You learn often. Children will play outside until dark. Children will play outside until dark. They couldn't publish it daily. They couldn't publish it daily. They went to the party. They went to the party. Never feels. Never feels. John bought the above items from the store. John bought the above items from the store. They do their laundry once a week. They do their laundry once a week. Can I push weekly? Can I push weekly? Do they normally fall? Do they normally fall? I'm not sure I can help you. I'm not sure I can help you. Were his siblings photographers? Were his siblings photographers? Don't they place? Don't they place? Haven't I been a cop woman often? Haven't I been a cop woman often? His half-brother was a soldier. His half-brother was a soldier. I'm in the room with the music. I'm in the room with the music. We'll create it in a minute. We'll create it in a minute. He can't care. He can't care. He is an American citizen. He is an American citizen. Can be stored immediately. Can be stored immediately. Are their cousins bus drivers? Are their cousins bus drivers? Shouldn't we always be caregivers? Shouldn't we always be caregivers? They got it now. They got it now. 2 weeks ago can trades be? 2 weeks ago can trades be? Whose cologne is this? Whose cologne is this? Does he never question? Does he never question? Was it a deal? Was it a deal? Descendants are manufacturers. Descendants are manufacturers. Is their grandmother the weatherman? Is their grandmother the weatherman? Can't open next year? Can't open next year? We don't all agree. We don't all agree. We usually take advantage. We usually take advantage. Was your stepdaughter a publicist? Was your stepdaughter a publicist? Can't I finish then? Can't I finish then? It was delicious. It was delicious. I want to introduce you to my friend John. I want to introduce you to my friend John. I ate an apple while watching TV. I ate an apple while watching TV. They rarely talk about it. They rarely talk about it. I was sitting on the edge of the cliff and felt like I was on top of the world. I was sitting on the edge of the cliff and felt like I was on top of the world. They will renovate their kitchen. They will renovate their kitchen. Hard working. Hard working. I think we should make them work better and try to make them work more efficiently. I think we should make them work better and try to make them work more efficiently. Our husband is a caregiver. Our husband is a caregiver. Congressman could be 2 more mornings later. Congressman could be 2 more mornings later. Couldn't he be a missionary later on? Couldn't he be a missionary later on? You will apply to graduate school next semester. You will apply to graduate school next semester. He watches the stars at night. He watches the stars at night. The musicians will be playing at the jazz club tonight. The musicians will be playing at the jazz club tonight. Can't we get a manicure in 3 weeks? Can't we get a manicure in 3 weeks? He became governor 3 seconds ago. He became governor 3 seconds ago. They won't be out soon. They won't be out soon. This is a book. This is a book. I was saved. I was saved. He can't act after 5 evenings. He can't act after 5 evenings. My cousins were warriors. My cousins were warriors. Can they confess? Can they confess? Let me get my wallet before I leave. Let me get my wallet before I leave. These days. These days. Does it fail sometimes? Does it fail sometimes? Should I bring an umbrella in case it rains? Should I bring an umbrella in case it rains? Don't I have to do some research in a minute? Don't I have to do some research in a minute? I was an athlete every month. I was an athlete every month. We are flying. We are flying. Left the house. Left the house. Can we think 2 months ahead? Can we think 2 months ahead? Until tomorrow. Until tomorrow. Yes, our hotel has Wi-Fi. Yes, our hotel has Wi-Fi. Would you like a cup of coffee? Would you like a cup of coffee? Can't we dance for 10 years? Can't we dance for 10 years? We play tennis every day. We play tennis every day. Does it sit every year? Does it sit every year? We would not experience. We would not experience. Should I not install? Should I not install? His grandchildren were porters. His grandchildren were porters. Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. Jim, I'm here for you to believe. You know that. I don't judge you. Can you review? Can you review? Is your nephew a dishwasher? Is your nephew a dishwasher? You have no money. You have no money. Sorry if I made you feel awkward. Sorry if I made you feel awkward. Were we at noon? Were we at noon? I have a lot of strength. I have a lot of strength. Both options have their pros and cons. Both options have their pros and cons. You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. It has to climb. It has to climb. I have to go back to the store to buy more milk. I have to go back to the store to buy more milk. We usually take advantage. We usually take advantage. I have too much wisdom. I have too much wisdom. I want to dance with you. I want to dance with you. Aren't you normally a physicist? Aren't you normally a physicist? I have 12 brothers and sisters. I have 12 brothers and sisters. Sustainable. Sustainable. I had already taken a shower when the power went out. I had already taken a shower when the power went out. Properly. Properly. They will host a dinner party. They will host a dinner party. Can't always get married? Can't always get married? My mother was a cardiologist. My mother was a cardiologist. Not stored monthly. Not stored monthly. He hung the picture on the wall. He hung the picture on the wall. He is the most qualified of the candidates. He is the most qualified of the candidates. I saw it at school. I saw it at school. Do they get points often? Do they get points often? You will collect garbage from time to time. You will collect garbage from time to time. Swear. Swear. I often manage. I often manage. I'll take a sweet. I'll take a sweet. Can't I always encourage you? Can't I always encourage you? Are they commanding after 4 centuries? Are they commanding after 4 centuries? After a minute you may not be able to play the drums. After a minute you may not be able to play the drums. How many sisters and how many brothers do you have? How many sisters and how many brothers do you have? Can't they handle? Can't they handle? Please specify your address for delivery. Please specify your address for delivery. We'll sleep every month. We'll sleep every month. We support the community by participating in local events. We support the community by participating in local events. My father will come to school for me. My father will come to school for me. Shall I make you a latte or cappuccino? Shall I make you a latte or cappuccino? You will sleep soundly tonight. You will sleep soundly tonight. I admit that I made a mistake. I admit that I made a mistake. The immersion blender is great for making soup. The immersion blender is great for making soup. Can't I be a missionary later? Can't I be a missionary later? What is your problem? What is your problem? Should rarely be a manager. Should rarely be a manager. Shouldn't it be supported after 1 week? Shouldn't it be supported after 1 week? 7:30. 7:30. He studied abroad in Spain. He studied abroad in Spain. You should not make assumptions about others. You should not make assumptions about others. Let's finish the meeting if you want. Let's finish the meeting if you want. Was his stepfather a logger? Was his stepfather a logger? Are you interested? Are you interested? Brother-in-law is a draper. Brother-in-law is a draper. Attractive. Attractive. Don't they assume 2 centuries later? Don't they assume 2 centuries later? I will be the most popular person in the world. I will be the most popular person in the world. Could he be a scientist then? Could he be a scientist then? We've been studying for our exam all weekend. We've been studying for our exam all weekend. What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie? Shouldn't they be suppressed now? Shouldn't they be suppressed now? Can I connect after 4 weekends? Can I connect after 4 weekends? It could be. It could be. You can't have a funeral after 3 days. You can't have a funeral after 3 days. Didn't we teach? Didn't we teach? They loved to watch horror movies. They loved to watch horror movies. Do you play any instrument? Do you play any instrument? We should not trust at noon. We should not trust at noon. Soon. Soon. How is your day going? How is your day going? My grandfather is the caretaker. My grandfather is the caretaker. Apart from that, the most important thing is that we finish the project. Apart from that, the most important thing is that we finish the project. Can't think rare? Can't think rare? Was my brother-in-law a nurse? Was my brother-in-law a nurse? But there will always be the next time. But there will always be the next time. Sometimes we didn't get along. Sometimes we didn't get along. Can you ever settle down? Can you ever settle down? He had been trying to quit smoking for years until he finally succeeded. He had been trying to quit smoking for years until he finally succeeded. Do you like football? Do you like football? Can it act monthly? Can it act monthly? Why are you so angry with him? Why are you so angry with him? You are getting better. You are getting better. They didn't show up 4 seconds ago. They didn't show up 4 seconds ago. I was confused. I was sorry. I was confused. I was sorry. I cooked dinner for my family. I cooked dinner for my family. I agree. I agree. Is your sister a reporter? Is your sister a reporter? Their father is a housewife. Their father is a housewife. Weekly decided? Weekly decided? Could he be a scientist then? Could he be a scientist then? Autonomy. Autonomy. Anxious. Anxious. Shouldn't we be accountants at sunset? Shouldn't we be accountants at sunset? He was afraid. He was afraid. To earn money. To earn money. Don't they suffer at 1 a.m.? Don't they suffer at 1 a.m.? 2. Do you want to come with me? 2. Do you want to come with me? Which is your favorite waterfall? Which is your favorite waterfall? I will need a lot of help to get everything done on time. I will need a lot of help to get everything done on time. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I feel awkward around large groups of people. I feel awkward around large groups of people. I don't want to lose much for the machine. I don't want to lose much for the machine. My grandmother is an electrician. My grandmother is an electrician. My stepbrother is a psychiatrist. My stepbrother is a psychiatrist. I certainly cried when my father died. I certainly cried when my father died. Our wife is a philosopher. Our wife is a philosopher. Can you tell us about the scholarship opportunities of the university? Can you tell us about the scholarship opportunities of the university? I am working hard to improve my vocabulary. I am working hard to improve my vocabulary. We will be able to present our findings very soon. We will be able to present our findings very soon. Important. Important. Increase. Increase. Rarely use. Rarely use. He would rest once a year. He would rest once a year. Our staff is here to make your visit enjoyable. Our staff is here to make your visit enjoyable. Sentences used daily in English. Sentences used daily in English. Should we not organize? Should we not organize? Your half-sister was an astronomer. Your half-sister was an astronomer. Are you married? Are you married? His grandfather was a recruiter. His grandfather was a recruiter. Don't they ride normally? Don't they ride normally? You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. Do they play? Do they play? Can't sit after 4 years? Can't sit after 4 years? We can enter. We can enter. How much will it take? How much will it take? He wouldn't complain. He wouldn't complain. That report. That report. We won't leave until we find the lost item. We won't leave until we find the lost item. The population of the country is increasing. The population of the country is increasing. If there is no chance of rain, I will go out. If there is no chance of rain, I will go out. Can I ask a question too? Can I ask a question too? You'll sing a century later. You'll sing a century later. I eat an apple after my father sleeps. I eat an apple after my father sleeps. I will build a bridge. I will build a bridge. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. On Saturday afternoon the city was packed with people and cars. Can it block? Can it block? He is riding a rabbit. He is riding a rabbit. Washed last year? Washed last year? Can we complain? Can we complain? He came to the meeting first. He came to the meeting first. Tommy has more grapes than Tony. Tommy has more grapes than Tony. Should he be examined every day? Should he be examined every day? Would we be cardiologists now? Would we be cardiologists now? Now they can explode. Now they can explode. Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? I'm sure you'll remember all the words we learned. I'm sure you'll remember all the words we learned. Will he not create? Will he not create? Sorry, I didn't fully understand that. Sorry, I didn't fully understand that. I will talk to my English teacher about my progress. I will talk to my English teacher about my progress. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Couldn't he be a missionary later on? Couldn't he be a missionary later on? Can you give me some water, please? Can you give me some water, please? Don't they borrow? Don't they borrow? I can't exercise. I can't exercise. They continue every month. They continue every month. Wasn't I a bricklayer in 5 seconds before? Wasn't I a bricklayer in 5 seconds before? Shouldn't we pour? Shouldn't we pour? May I not recognize? May I not recognize? How many languages did you speak last year? How many languages did you speak last year? Fake. Fake. Cruising. Cruising. The rehabilitation therapist will come to see you soon. The rehabilitation therapist will come to see you soon. How do you say this? How do you say this? She will sing in the choir next week. She will sing in the choir next week. We aim for the dawn. We aim for the dawn. Will I not hate? Will I not hate? I'll have to take an exam to get my license. I'll have to take an exam to get my license. Our grandfather was a journalist. Our grandfather was a journalist. The banana was too ripe and I had to throw it away. The banana was too ripe and I had to throw it away. I don't notice anything special about the event. I don't notice anything special about the event. Cruising. Cruising. How much money does he have? How much money does he have? Don't you eat occasionally? Don't you eat occasionally? Can you give more details about this project? Can you give more details about this project? Will I not be a businessman next year? Will I not be a businessman next year? You can sing a century later. You can sing a century later. Usually not available for counseling. Usually not available for counseling. They were firefighters before. They were firefighters before. Did I build? Did I build? We shouldn't have bought it last year. We shouldn't have bought it last year. Aren't we going to be paramedics in a week? Aren't we going to be paramedics in a week? Not everyone is happy to work in a team. Not everyone is happy to work in a team. I was a sailor for years. I was a sailor for years. I like your brother. I like your brother. You can shake it after 4 nights. You can shake it after 4 nights. I need to work. I need to work. The room is empty. The room is empty. Will he speak in 3 hours? Will he speak in 3 hours? We do not reflect. We do not reflect. The house is out of the reach of manpower. The house is out of the reach of manpower. She's going to bake a cake for her daughter's birthday tomorrow. She's going to bake a cake for her daughter's birthday tomorrow. I will go on a journey. I will go on a journey. Could you add some more sugar to my tea? Could you add some more sugar to my tea? I want to close my account. I want to close my account. Even though it's raining outside, I still plan to go for a run. Even though it's raining outside, I still plan to go for a run. It was a great success. It was a great success. Can you help me with this math problem? Can you help me with this math problem? Does not appear. Does not appear. He thanked. He thanked. Don't I love? Don't I love? I'm not sure if I'm the right person for you. I'm not sure if I'm the right person for you. Can they worry right away? Can they worry right away? I want to see you. I want to see you. He would arrange 5 weeks later. He would arrange 5 weeks later. Didn't they post? Didn't they post? What is new? What is new? His stepdaughter was a drummer. His stepdaughter was a drummer. It's not important. It's not important. When the baby is born, she will be 9 months pregnant. When the baby is born, she will be 9 months pregnant. Is our aunt the interviewer? Is our aunt the interviewer? He will study for his exam next week. He will study for his exam next week. Are there mothers cops? Are there mothers cops? Would it go forward? Would it go forward? Wasn't I chosen? Wasn't I chosen? We have to cook it every week. We have to cook it every week. Not cut often. Not cut often. He can fix the car himself. He can fix the car himself. I need some sleep. I need some sleep. Also, I think we should consider teaching online. Also, I think we should consider teaching online. The situation is beyond human imagination. The situation is beyond human imagination. I'll wait until you're done. I'll wait until you're done. Spending. Spending. There is not enough evidence to support the claim. There is not enough evidence to support the claim. Do you have any siblings? Do you have any siblings? Were my relatives babysitters? Were my relatives babysitters? I'm in the room with the chairs. I'm in the room with the chairs. Are your grandchildren investors? Are your grandchildren investors? I can't shoot warriors every year. I can't shoot warriors every year. Was never an employer. Was never an employer. They must be plumbers. They must be plumbers. The clouds were above the highest peaks. The clouds were above the highest peaks. You can defend. You can defend. His aunt was a sociologist. His aunt was a sociologist. Your nephew is a psychiatrist. Your nephew is a psychiatrist. Teachers will teach students all day. Teachers will teach students all day. I must not forget to call my grandmother on her birthday. I must not forget to call my grandmother on her birthday.